There's a whale ahead.
It's called Whaler Cove, hey?
Yeah. There it is. Welcome back to Smallcraft Tasmania. I'm Matt. This is Ben. And that's the Windrider 17 Sea Eagle. And in this episode, we're doing a 3-day cruise around Maria Island, which is on the east side of Tasmania. And this is a tricky trip to do because it's really weather dependent, especially in small boats. It was about 2 years ago that I sailed around Maria in a Drascombe lugger successfully. And then a year ago, I tried it again in the Scamp and I just couldn't do it. The weather was too bad, so I had to turn back. We've got some really good weather for the next 3 days. Let me show you. We're leaving from Trimaran. This is Trimaran here. And this is Hobart down here, Bruny Island. This is Maria Island. So day one, we leave from Trimaran. We're going to sail south into a place called Encampment Cove, which is just into here. Day two, we're going from Encampment Cove around the bottom of Maria Island, around Cape Perrin. Then we come up the east side of Maria and into my favourite little gunk hole called Whalers Cove, which is just up in here in the northern end of Riedel Bay. Day three, we're going from Whalers back around the top of Maria Island and back into Trimaran. Day one, around about 12 nautical miles. Day two, similar, 12-13 nautical miles. And day three is a big day. That's about 23 to 24 nautical miles. So we're looking at around about 50 nautical miles possibly for the entire trip. We've got light winds up to 5-10 knots day one. Day two, maybe 10 to 15 knots. Day three, 10 to 15 knots, maybe in the morning a little bit stronger around here. And most of the weather is going to be coming from the northerly, northwesterly, so it's going to be good. Let's go. Are you excited?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be awesome. We're on our way.
We brought the E-Propulsion Spirit Evo with us this time. This motor's got regen capabilities, so if you can get the boat speed over sort of 5-6 knots, the motor will actually regenerate power back into the battery, and we think this boat might be powerful enough and fast enough for actually to make that feature work really well. So hopefully we'll be able to test it out on this trip. Ben just went and got a coffee.
It's good.
Nice way to start the trip.
Yeah. No, there's no queue. Ferry wasn't there. Perfect. So it's going to stop me going to sleep on this comfy tram.
125 watts, and it's pushing the Windrider at 2.9 knots, steady 2.9. Yep, we got quite a bit of gear on here, and there's slack tide at the moment. We can go a long way with this. This is a beast, this thing.
Yeah.
I'll just get a bit of video and I'll come back for a chat. How's the day?
Beautiful. Our gloves, this morning our gloves were frozen solid.
It was 0 degrees. When we went through Buckland, it was 0.
What time was that?
Oh, about 8:30, 9. This is Ben, Glenn.
Yeah, g'day Glenn.
See you, Cobber. So the E-Propulsion is in the up position. We had to take the battery off because you can't actually fold it up with the battery on because the motor mounts get in the way. So Ben's straddling the battery.
A little bit cramped down here, but it's fine.
And we tried to get as much as we could up underneath the foredeck rather than lashing stuff to tramps, because we don't like lashing stuff to tramps because it's you know, if the conditions get bad, you really don't want stuff out here. You want this to be safe working area. Oh, we're cruising along nicely. So yeah, sitting on just over 4 knots at the moment, and the wind's probably only blowing about 5. So it shouldn't take us too long to get down into Shoal Bay. Windrider wraps. It's going to be pretty salty.
It's good.
Just to keep the weight down as low as possible, I've stuffed about 25 litres of water through that hatch, and I'm thinking about even cutting a larger hatch and having one of those big rectangle hatches here, because it's a really good spot to store stuff like water. Where's the wind?
Back there.
We've left it behind. We're going too fast.
We are.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, as soon as we put this in the water, we'll get wind.
Yeah.
If we don't put it in the water.
It's kind of like putting the washing out to dry.
Yeah.
You know it's going to rain.
Exactly.
This is Lachlan Island in the middle of the Mercury Passage on the inside of Maria Island. That's looking north back up to Trimaran. And then south, this is the bottom of Maria Island, which we'll be heading around tomorrow. So we've been at sea now for 2 hours, 55 minutes, and we've done 8.7 nautical miles. And what are we sitting on? Just a bit over 4 knots. Top speed so far has been just over 6 knots. Wind hasn't really come out to play today. We've had maybe gusts up to about 8 or 10 knots for a very short time. But it's been lovely sailing.
Saying that, we knew it was going to be light today.
Yeah.
I think the viewers are lucky they can't smell that.
Yeah.
Good whiff of bird poo.
Smells good. Look how clear that water is. It's beautiful. So we're just about to come around to Encampment Cove, just around this headland here. And we'll get the tents up before the sun goes down. Light a fire. Look. Oh, look, there's Wally. Do you want to come and meet Wally? Hello, Wally. This is Wally. This is a wombat, for those of you that have never seen one before. And there's lots of wombats on Maria Island. He's the first one of many that we're going to see. What a great spot. I've never been here before. This is a really good spot. I like it. So we could set up our tents just over here. We can keep an eye on the boat. And look, there's firewood. Oh, fantastic. Okay, let's get all our gear off. Set up the tent. Settle in for the night.
What do we got there, Matt?
Well, I've chopped up some mini chorizo. You know, the ones that live on the shelf. They're usually next to the muesli bars. Kids take them to school.
Oh yeah.
Long life meat.
Yeah, right.
They're actually really good to take away.
Yeah, yeah.
And they fry up really nicely like that. And so what I'll do is, once I fry them up so they're nice and crispy, take them out. Try not to drop too many on the ground. Instant Nourish Bowl quinoa. You get these in the health food sections. And I'm going to mix it with this one, Instant Nourish Bowl bulgur and quinoa. Super duper simple, really simple.
Oh right, they're already cooked. And...
Yeah, you just heat them up.
Oh, cool,
So,
easy.
yeah, and they do need a little bit of water, but I find that the amount of water that is already in these containers with the beans is enough. Heat that through. And then when that's warmed through, then I add the crunchy bits of salami back in, or chorizo. Looks good, doesn't it?
We've got a curry as well, haven't we? But that's still frozen.
Yeah. We were going to have the curry tonight, but it's still frozen. It was a curry that I made last night to take away, which is a good idea to take away a frozen curry because it keeps the rest of everything else that's in your esky nice and cold. We were going to have it tonight, but it's not thawed out. There you go, have one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yum,
wow. So good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Little treats. The little treats in. You ready?
Shit, yeah.
Yep. Is that enough?
I reckon. Yep, that's fine.
Eat.
Awesome.
I think I did that up.
That's good tucker.
Nearly ready? Tents are packed up. Let's get this gear on the boat. Wind's come out to play today. Day 2. We're just leaving Encampment Cove, heading around to Whalers Cove, and we're going to bypass the buoy in the boat. It's going to be a great day. Don't slip in because that'd make terrible content. I'll just sit here, mate.
Okay, you sit here and do nothing.
Yep.
Well, that wind's come around northwest. We've just left. I managed to stow everything up the front a bit better than yesterday. Bit of pushing with my feet. And we are stonking. What do we got, Matt? 5, 6 knots, 6.5, wow. And so smooth, so comfy. It's like a magic carpet. How you going there, Matt?
Yeah, magic carpet, that's it.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
And this wind looks like it's going to be really good. We'll head south with this. jibe around the buoy and boat, and then head back north. Hopefully I'll reach most of the way, but we might have a bit of a battle to get up to Whalers Cove. Could come on the nose for that. So it'll be good to test her out to windward.
Okay, this is Cape Perrin. This is the most southern point of Maria Island. We're just coming out of Mercury Passage now. And this is Perrin Pyramid. And you can see there's a couple of rocks down here. And then a bit further to the right, there's another rock called Buoy in the Boat. And we're just going to jibe over there, sail around the buoy in the boat, show you the buoy. And so we've been at sea now for 1 hour, 18 minutes. We've done 5.3 nautical miles. We're sitting on 6.6 knots, 6.5 knots. Top speed's been 6.7 knots. All right, should we jibe over and go and have a look at these rocks?
I've got this.
You got that?
Yep.
Okay, we got enough power to get over the top. We probably do, don't we? Let's go around the top. This is the buoy in the boat, and it's called the buoy in the boat because the early explorers saw it, and as they got closer they said, oh, it looks like a buoy in a boat, and they got a bit confused, and the name buoy in the boat stuck. So we'll just go around the outside of the buoy in the boat, and then we'll head back up the outside of Maria, up to Whalers. Ready to jibe?
Yep.
Ben's just testing the regen on the E propulsion. So we're doing just 7 knots at the moment. How many watts are we putting back in?
200 watts. 170, 180.
8 knots.
Yep.
And we're putting 200 watts of power back into the E propulsion battery.
But it backs off very quickly once you drop back down to sort of 5-6 knots.
Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
we've gone. That was a blow. So we're back down to 4.5 knots now.
Yeah, and it's putting in 30 watts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30 watts. So you've really got to have the boat speed above 6 knots for this to regen properly. What do you reckon? That works, doesn't it?
Yeah, that works pretty well if you can keep the speed steady. It takes a little while to switch into regen mode and kind of cycle up. But no, that was impressive. 220 watts. Yeah.
At 7 knots.
Yeah.
Is that what we hit? 8 knots. We hit 8
Yeah.
knots.
And it's still putting in 50 watts now. Just trucking along.
Yeah, we're doing 6 knots now.
Yeah.
Here we go. 10.8 knots, and every now and then we get a really good gust. I reckon this is slowing us down quite a bit.
Yeah. Be good to pull it up. We're getting a lull soon. Let's keep that.
10 knots?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just cavitating at that. It's not doing a lot.
Yeah.
This thing's wicked fast.
You want one?
Yeah. Just waiting for a lull, and then we'll pull the E-propulsion back up, and hopefully we'll get him going even faster.
Here comes the gust. We just can't crack Joe's top speed of 11.2 knots yet. It's a lot windier today than when Joe and I first went out. I think top speed has been 10.8 knots today, but we are dragging the E-propulsion, and we've got probably an extra 150 kilos, maybe even 200 kilos on board with all the water, Ben's extra weight. Just going to try and get through here. Look at that cliff. Easy.
Up and about there, is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we're still going the right direction. Just coming into Reedle Bay now. You can see the beach in the distance. And basically on this tack, dead ahead, is Whalers Cove. It's probably blowing about 15 knots, maybe high teens in some of the gusts, and we're still sitting on 6 knots. We've been at sea for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and we've done 11.5 nautical miles. Not far. There's a whale ahead.
It's called Whalers Cove, hey?
Yeah, there it is.
Come back.
Won't get too close.
No, no.
You want to stand up and get some footage? Yep.
There, we might get a tail soon. There he is, tail, he's diving. Question is, where's he going to come up? That's pretty awesome. You don't see that every day.
Where's he gone?
Under, down, big dive. Whalers Cove, under sail.
Let's try this with my kids. The water, Ben.
Oh man, so clear. well, sort of rocky islands are pretty neat as well. In the beautiful Reedle Bay. I've never been in here. Apparently there is a sandy beach at the head of it. Yeah, we need to be more that way, mate.
Let's get rid of this.
Oh, I just snuck over it. Okay, yeah, head over that side.
Ben,
Yep,
is this the best gunk hole?
it is the best gunk hole. Now I would probably go to starboard slightly. Yeah, that's good. Yep. Now around to port. Yep, perfect. Ah, there's the beach.
Now if we go around the outside of that rock, we should
Yep.
be right, and then come up onto that beach.
And I'm just thinking of dropping the anchor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably not really worth it. We'd just take the anchor over to the
I reckon
rocks
we just
and
pull the boat up into the
yeah,
beach
yeah,
and then get everything out and make
Yeah.
the boat lighter anyway.
yeah.
We can always put some rollers under it.
Yeah. Oh man, how good's this?
Small. This has to be one of the best places to bring a small boat in Tasmania. Look at this. Let's have a look for a campsite. Oh, my toes are cold. Yeah, that's a lovely campsite up in here. What did we learn today?
We learned that the boat's pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? It's
We put-
wet.
We put our dry suits on before we go out, don't we, Matt?
Yeah. It was windier than I thought, and I didn't put my dry suit on, and I got a bit wet. And we've turned Whalers Cove into a laundromat.
A laundromat.
Yeah, a laundromat. So there's sort of wet clothing hanging around. So I'm not going to make that mistake tomorrow. Wow, what a spot. How about some chicken noodle soup? All right, I'll get into it. Oh, that was good. Let's head out there and have a look.
You can see the keel mark.
So we've got the anchor out here, coming to the bow, and then we've got a bow line up to here, and then we've got a stern line heading down there. Not going anywhere.
No.
Not tonight anyway.
Magic place.
Yeah.
Got a small boat.
What is it?
No idea.
What's your guess?
Thylacine.
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 Yep.
Got some crabs living inside it.
Oh. But geez, wow. That'd do some damage.
Tooth and a half there.
Yeah.
That would be a good spot to keep an eye out for whales. What have we got there, Matt?
This is lamb rogan Josh. This is the curry that I made a few nights ago, and it's been frozen in this esky that got eaten by the something or other, and it was still frozen today. And we got basmati rice, Yeah. Lamrogue and Josh in Whalers Cove.
Awesome. Can't wait.
That's pretty special.
Oh, yeah.
Tucker time.
Looks good.
Yeah, we've got enough. Oh my goodness. I think I've overcated, Ben.
I think you have.
Again.
What's the time? 5:30? Yeah,
5:30.
That's pitch black.
We'll be in bed in an hour.
At least it's not as cold as it was last night.
Tide's coming in. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening now. And we're going to go to bed and read a book. Morning. Morning. We're all packed up and we're just heading out of Whalers now. It's just a gentle breeze, which is going to pick up. We're going to get a bit of wind today. Admiral Tucker's on the helm and I'm going to be in the forward taking as much content video as possible because we're going around the top of Maria and there's just some incredible scenery up there. But before we do that, I've got to pack all this away. It's all got to go under there. Where's your life jacket? I'll get that. All right, let's go. Goodbye, Whalers.
There's that mist coming out of it.
What a beautiful spot. That is one of the best small boat anchorages in Tasmania, hands down. Look, whale. How do you like Matt's Mega Mix?
So much I can hardly talk. Very good.
You see the moon up there? Okay, the wind's picked up now, as forecast, northwesterly. It's a bit more fun. So what do you think of this main sheet attachment?
It's quite hard to undo under load. It's out off the side here and you kind of have to, click it out like that.
Yep.
Especially if you're on this tack and you feel like you want to lean this way, it's just counterintuitive. Especially when you don't know the boat. So, it'd be nice to try it out, in a controlled circumstance, but I think a centre main sheet on a traveller here,
yep,
we can just click it out, much more reassuring in this gusty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you put it on a traveller, you'd be able to move the main sheet out of the way so that you could still get, when you're at anchor or whatever, you can still get in and out and it not be in the way.
Yeah, and as Matt spotted, there's this really nice flat point here. You can just put a traveller across here.
The
really
bridge
easily.
deck.
Yeah.
So we just got to get around that point there. You can see there's a little island off the top of Maria. That's called Ile du Nord. And if we look north, that's Freycinet Peninsula. And you can see there's a little island off the bottom of Freycinet. That's Shooting Island. And I don't know if you can see way up there, probably about 10 miles north of us, is Ile de Folk, and that's an incredible rock that Ben and I really want to get to one day. Inside the rock is a cave, so we've got to pick our days. We want to get a kayak or a small dinghy in underneath that rock, so stay tuned for a future adventure there. So today we've been at sea now for 3 hours. We've done 11.3 nautical miles and maximum speed 7.8. We're sitting on around sort of 4.5 knots at the moment. We're still beating. The wind's dropped off a little bit, and thankfully it was pretty yucky out there before. We're wearing dry suits, which is essential. I'm wearing a Sanderline dry suit that was recommended by a friend of mine, Igor, and it's made in Slovenia. Really top quality. And if you need a dry suit, send Dennis a message. Say that Smallcraft Tasmania sent you. He'll look after you. Here we are at the very northern part of Maria Island. I don't know if this rock's got a name, but this rock here, this is called Ile du Nord. And we should be able to pass through the middle here. And the wind's dropped off a bit. It's swung around more to the north now. And we're hoping that it's going to pick up a few more knots. Look what I found in the bilge. G'day John, hope you're well. Wish you were here. Wind's picked up a bit.
Yeah.
And sitting on 6.5 knots now. Beam reach, which is what we wanted. Only got a few more miles to go. It's a really lovely way to finish the trip. Oh, we just had a cracker sail across from Darlington at the top of Maria into Trimaran. This is called Spring Bay. This is the old wood chip jetty. There was a wood chip mill just up in here. It's been decommissioned now. So Trimaran is that way. We've only got a few more miles, and the wind's just starting to come out on the nose now. So we might get the e-propulsion fired up again. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's only going to
Let's get home. What's the time? 3 o'clock.
We've still got, what, 70% of, 65% of juice left?
Something like that.
Yeah, tons of juice.
So it's 3 o'clock. We've been at sea for almost 6 hours. We've done 23 nautical miles. Top speed today was 7.8 knots. Not too bad, considering we've been beating most of the day.
Considering we had that, that horrendous sea state.
Yeah.
Around.
Yeah. But she still wants to sail. Maybe we don't need to put that motor down. She's happy. All right, let's keep going. See you at the ramp. There you go. We just sailed a Windrider 17 around Maria Island. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We're going home to light the fire. Stay salty.